Okay, so you're stuck at 700 and that sucks. But I'm going to show you a system that might help you win more games. So I hope you enjoy the video. Alright, so we're going to be playing a 700 from Egypt. And we're going to showcase the C and D system. Which is basically, doesn't matter if you're white or if you're black, you just put the C pawn 1 up and then you play the D pawn 2 up. Alright, so that's what we're going to be doing today. Okay, so if they attack you like that, and I've never seen this particular variation, but I think we'll just, keep on developing. We're going to develop a knight. We're going to get out that bishop before we close this little chain. So there we go. And then you always want to have like this sort of pyramid kind of formation. Alright. So, okay, we'll do just that. So they're only pushing pawns, pushing another pawn. So we're just gonna keep on going. We're gonna have that positional advantage, we hope. So I think that knowing my opponent, they're probably gonna push this pawn afterwards. So let's see if that happens. Yes, that is exactly what happens. So they've now pushed almost every pawn except the E pawn and the A pawn. So let's see if they are going to do that next. But we've already got some threats coming up. With bishop here going there. Of course, now they attack our knight. So we have to move it out of the way. Now we've got this outpost here, which is good. And yeah, so very strange play style of my opponents. I think that the best way to play against these kind of opponents is just to not panic and just keep on developing. And yeah, okay, so they take, that's fine. We're just gonna come in with the bishop and attack the rook. So all is good still. They cannot attack this bishop with a pawn, which is nice because all the pawns, or the pawns that are next to the bishop, are already gone. Okay, so they come out with the knight. Now if we castle, we sort of castle right into their attack. So maybe we should delay castling and start pushing some pawns of our own. Because yeah, I mean, after a while you have to sort of punish the aggression from your opponent, and sort of. So let's see if they take. Okay, so that was a misclick, but it's okay because I think that's what I wanted to sort of do anyways. So let's go here. And yeah, we're going to be putting pressure on that center, trying to open things up, because yeah, our opponent is just totally not developed, lacking in development even, so that they will now start losing material very fast. Okay, maybe we should take with the knight. There we go. Okay, now when they take back, we can take back with the bishop, which is good. The king is very exposed, so they better get castled soon, but their castling position isn't looking too great, I have to say. Okay, they will never castle, it seems. So I'm thinking to take that knight, and then when they take, we go here and we give a check, and then their king will be stuck in the middle of the board forever. Okay, check. There we go. Okay, that's great. And yeah, basically now we can just start hunting down the king, although he's actually pretty safe, it seems, for now. We've got a pawn advantage, so it's a bit looking if we can maybe push this pawn to a queen somehow, or yeah, I think that's the best order of business. But we still have to be careful though with our king. I don't really feel like castling because we castle into this. So yeah, how to go about it, right? Because well, they can't really come in with check right now because of the rook, and this bishop is stuck behind that rook. So maybe we can push. Maybe we can start to push this guy. So far so good. We've just got a pawn advantage. We've got a pass pawn, which is good. So basically a pass pawn is a pawn that is past everything. Okay, so I think we can just take with the bishop, and if they take so, then we can trade this way. So I think that's actually just fine. We're just going to be up another pawn. Okay. Oh, right, the rook. I forgot about that one. That was kind of a mega blunder. A huge blunder, even. Wow. But we're still fine, I think. Because of our passed pawn. So, well, we're gonna have to be careful. Now, damn, that was stupid. I think castling now should be the way to go. But I always get complacent when it just gets a little too easy. You know? And then I start making big mistakes. Mistakes that I really shouldn't be making. I mean, this was just dumb. Okay. So they move the king. Now we're gonna get that pawn behind the rook behind the pawn. And if we can get that one over here, then everything should be A-okay. Okay. We can actually maybe just let it take us. And then this pawn becomes sort of a pawn for us. So let's go. Okay, takes. That's a big mistake. So now they make a mistake. So that's a lesson. If you make a mistake, actually the mistake I made was an educational mistake. You have to understand. It was an educational mistake. Even if you get down in like if you get a piece down, you shouldn't panic. Okay. That's the big takeaway, because everything will still be fine, and you will find yourself in a position where you are rook up, and yeah, things are actually looking pretty great. So, that was just a sort of like to show you that even if you go a piece down, there's just no need to panic. Okay, so now we just want to trade all the pawns, trade as much pawns as possible. Because, yeah, that's what we should be doing. We should be trading pawns and winning pawns, and just in general eating all the pawns, and then it will be impossible for our opponent to stop us at all. Okay, so let me just get the mic a little closer. So the C and D system is so powerful that even when you blunder a piece, straight up blunder a piece, you're still gonna be fine and win the game. So yeah, I hope you enjoy my educational blunders. They're very educational, and there you go. Well, that's it. So yeah. Well, I hope you learned something, and I also learned something that you always have to. I'll tell you what happened. Why I made the mistake that I made. Because in my mind, it almost never makes sense that a rook is here. In my mind, the rook was over there. But you should always look when you play, not just be like, oh, well, that's free. Because yeah, you'll lose stuff, but we just stayed calm, stuck to the plan, and then they also got complacent, and there you go. So I hope you enjoyed that one, and I'll see you in the next one.